Welcome guys to the Crazy Hands Knitting and Crocheting channel. And in this video tutorial I would like you to demonstrate how I was knitting a pixie hat. In my opinion, this is the best ever hat for newborns and babies up to 1 or 2 years old. I didn't wash this hat as yet, so after you wash it, it will look even better. So let's try on our little and cute model. So tie a little bit, let some distance. Let's make a knot here and just look how perfectly this hat fit the baby's hat. Look at the neck and at the back part. It's very important that the hat is covering a little bit and even the neck part. And that's how it looks. The hat that we are going to do is for the baby up to 4 months. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 months. For the hat, I'm using today Caron Simply Soft yarn, and as you see, it's not a winter, of course, hat. It's more spring or autumn hat. It is medium worsted weight yarn, and if you look at it closer, as for me, it's more like Aran yarn, because this one is also medium worsted weight yarn and it looks like heavier and thicker. And if you're going to use the yarn like the pink one, the size of your hat will be bigger. So pay attention, maybe it's better to use an Aran yarn. I'm going to use here for the main part 4 millimeters knitting needles, but please check the gauge before you start. And for the ties, here on an I cord and also on the back part, I'm using 3.5 millimeters. If you want to knit a bigger size hat, you can find a written tutorial in my shop on my blog. Just want to show you one more time how perfectly the hat covers the forehead and the cheeks in case of the windy weather. So use baby wool yarn and enjoy knitting this hat with me. Using long tail cast on method, cast on 68 stitches. And let's start knitting. Slip the first stitch, and now we are going to knit ribbon. Knit 2, purl 2, and again knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. Please finish this round. Knit 2, purl 2, and I will see you at the end here. So at the end we have knit 2, and purl the last stitch. It is a salvage stitch. We are going always purl it. Turn. And let's repeat. Slip the first stitch, and in this case you see 2 purl stitches. On the wrong side they are knit, and on the right side they are purl. So purl 2. Whenever you see purl stitches, purl them. Whenever you see knit stitches, knit them. Knit, and they are on the wrong side, they look like purl stitches. So knit 2. And go on. Purl 2, knit 2. Purl 2, knit 2. Purl 2 and knit 2. Please finish this round and we will see at the end. So at the end you will have purl 2 stitches and purl the last stitch, salvage stitch. Turn and repeat the first round, first row. Slip the first stitch, knit 2, purl 2. Knit 2, purl 2. Knit 2, purl 2. Finish this row and then repeat the second row. So I've done 4 rows in total. Now slip the first stitch and knit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're going to knit the ribbon as you see it. Purl 2. If you see purl stitches, you purl them, and when you see knit stitches, you knit them, and go on ribbon until you have 7 stitches. Knit 2, go on here until you have 1, 3, 4, 7. I will see it here. So I have 7 stitches. I'm going to knit 6 as in the beginning. 3, 4, 5, 6, and purl the last salvage stitch. Here now you're going to knit all knit stitches and purl all purl stitches without changes. So slip the first stitch, purl 6, then knit ribbon, knit 2 purl 2, knit 2 purl 2 until you have 7 stitches on your needle. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. Go on like this till the end. At the end you have purl 6 as what we did at the beginning and purl the last stitch, salvage stitch. Then turn and go on again knitting like what you see. Whenever you see knit stitch, you knit it. So you start, slip the first stitch, knit 6, then you knit ribbon, knit 2, purl 2, and at the end knit 6 and salvage stitch. So we have knitted in total after the ribbon 3 rows. And now we are going to change the pattern again. So we're going to change the pattern every 3 rows. Slip the first stitch and knit 8. Seven, 8. Now go on knitting ribbon. We start here from purl 2, knit 2 until you have 9 stitches on your needles. I will do it with you. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. Knit 2, purl 2. A little bit more. Okay, and now you have 9 stitches. Knit 8. And purl the last salvage stitch. Turn, and next 2 rows you're going to knit all knits and purl the purls as you see them. Slip the first stitch and purl 8. Then ribbon, knit 2, purl 2, go on till the end. At the end you will have again purl 8 and purl the last salvage stitch. Then turn again and knit the knits and purl the purls again. Okay, 3 rounds, so 6 rounds in total after the ribbon. Again, we are going to change the pattern and add 2 more stitches here. Slip the first stitch and knit 10. Nine, 10. So we added 2 stitches. Now again, ribbon, purl 2, knit 2 until you have 11 stitches on your needles. Again, I'm going to do this row with you. A little bit more. Still 4 more stitches. And now knit 10 and purl the last selvage stitch. Turn. Slip the first stitch and purl 10. Purl the purls and knit the knits in this round and in this row and in the next one. Now start knitting ribbon. Knit 2, purl 2. Till the end. At the end, purl 10 and purl the last stitch, and one more row, knit 10, then ribbon, and then knit 10 at the end and selvage stitch. After you finish the last row, you add 2 more stitches again. So it will look like slip the first stitch and knit 12 already. Knit 12. Then knit till the end and again knit 12 and selvage stitch. Then 2 more rows where you knit the knits and purl the purls. And like this you go on adding every 3 rows 2 stitches from one side and 2 stitches from another side until you have 10 stitches of the ribbon knit 2 purl 2 in the center. So you find 10 stitches in the center and go on adding 2 stitches from one side and from another side until you have only these stitches. And I will see you after. I was not sure was it clear what I said before, so just check. I have reached the point where I have only 10 stitches in the center, I mean the ribbon one, and then I need one more row knitting the knits and knitting the purls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 stitches in the center. You can place stitch marker from one side and stitch marker from another side. Now we are going to join two edges, and for this you can cut the yarn now, the working yarn, and find the right side. So on the right side, this is the right side, look at the edge, and if you look at this edge you see small bumps. It says as it is a wrong side. So now cut the yarn, and we are going to slip all the stitches without knitting. Leave a short tail, 10 centimeters will be enough. We are not going to use it, just we will weave it at the end, and that's it. Now slip all stitches till the first stitch marker without knitting. Slip to the right hand needle. Slip the stitch marker as well. Now take the tail. We are going to join and start knitting from this point. Purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, and purl 1. Now remove the stitch marker, return the stitch, and purl 2 together. So we decreased one stitch from one side. Now we have to do the same from the other side, on the other side. Slip the first stitch, working yarn now is in back. Knit 2, knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. So again you knit the knits, purl the purl, and you always stop one stitch before stitch marker. Remove the stitch marker and knit 2 together through the back loop. Pull tail here and turn. You don't need to place stitch markers back, it is already clearly visible those holes between the central part. So the idea to save 10 stitches in the center, holding working yarn in front, purl 1, then knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 1, and here purl 2 together. Okay, turn, working yarn in back, slip the first stitch, selvage stitch, and go on knitting ribbon. Knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 1, and here knit 2 together through the back loop. Turn. So each time we decrease one stitch from one side. Slip the first stitch, holding working yarn in front now, purl 1, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 1, and again purl 2 together as we did before. So you always have 10 stitches in between. On the wrong side, slip the first stitch, knit 1, then purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, and knit 1 and knit 2 together through the back loop. Turn again, slip the first stitch, purl 1, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 1 and purl 2 together. Turn again, slip, knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 1, and knit 2 together. So I think it's clear. Like this you go on knitting and decreasing from both sides until you have the central 10 stitches on your needles. So you are going to decrease, and like this you are going to join two edges. Okay, and here I have 10 stitches at the end, and that's how the seams are looking. They are really invisible, and from the wrong side they are soft, so no worries about it. Now we are going to pick up stitches along edges from one side and from another side. Now you can cut the working yarn, and let's pick up stitches. Place the head in this way so the back part is looking at you, and pick up all stitches from the left side. So here, if you look, we are going to pick up the front loops only. So in this way, front loop, front loop. I do not count stitches because the number will be different. It depends on the size you are knitting. And here at the end I pick up one more stitch from the corner. So one side is ready. Now turn, and here before we were picking up the front loops only, and now we are going to pick up the back loops only. Back loop, back loop, back loop, back loop. Okay, and here back loop, back loop, the last one, and the one from the corner, the stitch from the corner. Okay, that's it. Now you can leave the hat and we are going to start knitting an I-cord. We are going to start knitting ties for the hat. As I said earlier, for the ties I'm going to use 3.5 millimeters knitting needles. So you need to cast on 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. So 3 stitches. And how we are going to knit an I-cord, if you know, you can skip this part. Slip all 3 stitches to the right side. The working yarn is now attached and coming from the left side, and knit 3. 1, 2, 3. Now again slide 3 stitches to the right side, and again you see the working yarn is coming from the left side. Again knit 3. That's basically it, and that's what you are going to repeat. Move all stitches to the right side and knit 3. That is why it is better to use double pointed needles, but if you don't have, you can of course use circular needles, but in this case the shorter the better, because you will need always move those stitches. Knit 3 and move to the right. Again knit 3 and to the right. So like this go on until tie reaches 17 centimeters. Here I am, and that's what I have. If you want, we can measure it. Just to be sure. I've done 17 centimeters. And now we are going to attach the first tie. So place the head that the back part is looking at you and slip all 3 stitches to the circular needles like this. So the working yarn is still coming from the left, as you may see. Now knit 2, as you usually do, through the front loop, and then we are going to knit 3 together, but through the back loops. So you remember I picked up 1 stitch from the corner, so we are using that stitch and the next stitch and doing knit 3 together. Again, return 3 stitches to the circular needles, and again knit 2 through the front loop in this case, and now knit 2 together. Knit 2 together through the back loop. Return again and repeat. Knit 2 through the front loop, one, two, and then knit 2 together through the back loop. Return again. Knit 2. Knit 2 together through the back loop. Return. And again knit 2. knit 2 together through the back loop. Return all 3 stitches again back to the left hand needle, and you see an I cord along the edge. Let's do one more time. Knit 2 together, knit 2 and knit 2 together through the back loop. Like this you go on until you reach the first stitch. Here you see the working yarn that you cut, that first stitch out of 10. Here I am, and that's what I have. One side is ready. Now we are working with the center. So I want the center to be more rigid and not stretchy. So what I'm doing, I'm going to knit 3 together here as I did at the beginning. Knit 2 and then knit 3 together through the back loop. And we are going to do this for all 10 central stitches. Return again all 3 stitches, knit 2, and then knit 3 together through the back loop. And again. One, two, and knit 3 together. Return again and repeat. Knit 2, knit 3 together. Return and knit 3 together. And as you may see, this is the last stitch where we are going to make a knit 3 together. Now return all stitches. Knit 2 and now knit 2 together through the back loop as we did for the right side. Again, knit 2, knit 2 together. Like this, go on till the very end. And I will see you at the end where we are going to knit the second tie. At the end, when you have 2 stitches left, so you remember that we picked up one from the corner, we are going to finish with knit 3 together here as well. Knit 2 and knit 3 together. Perfect. Now we have 3 stitches already for an I-cord. The working yarn is already coming from the left side, so We go on knitting. So here you see the central part is not stretchy and it's good, and that's how it looks. So the same, knit the second tie, 17 centimeters in my case, knit 3 and slide to the right side, and again knit 3 and slide, knit 3 and slide. Please go on and I will show you how we are going to finish the tie. Here I am at the end. Knit 2 together, then return the stitch to the left hand needle and knit 2 together through the back loop. It is easier in this case. And that's it. Make a knot and cut the yarn. Now I will show you how to weave in ends. So whenever you see the tail, try to weave it into the inside the I-cord and I-cord. So this one, and that's how the hat is looking. To weave in ends, I like to use yarn needle. It is okay to use also a hook, small size of course. So thread the tail and pull it inside an I-cord into the center. Okay. Now pull the tail, pull the tie from another side. Okay. Enough. And cut. The same you're going to do with the tail on the back part. So thread the tail inside. Okay. And pull. A little bit more. And pull again. Okay. And cut. Proceed the same with all other tails. on this side, and there is one more tail here. Wait, let me show you how no eye cords here. So this one I usually weave under the one side of this stitch. That's it. Then cut the yarn. And you are done. The hat is ready. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial with me. I hope you enjoyed this little cute beanie. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with other knitters, leave comments, and if you have any questions, please write them. I will be happy to chat with you and answer all your questions. Bye!